This is Khan Academy, Powers of 10, and we're going to work on multiply and divide decimals by 10. So for this one, we have 0.043 and we're timesing it by 10. The best way to multiply numbers by tens or hundreds or thousands is just to think about taking that decimal and shifting it 1 over. So when you're multiplying, you're going to shift it 1 over to the right. And I like to think about that because when you're multiplying by a whole number, you're going to make your number larger. So your actual answer here would be 0.043. You do not have to put both decimals or both zeros down, but in this case, they're not going to mark you wrong if you do. So for this one, again, we want to think about just moving that decimal over. So this time, since we're dividing by 10, we're going to take that decimal and we're going to move it to the left 1 space. So we're just shifting it over 1 space. And again, 10 is because we're shifting it 1 place over, which each place is worth 10. So 1 place over. So that means my answer is now going to be 4, and then that decimal moved over, 901. So for this one, the first thing that I'm going to think about is, hey, 1/10, how do I actually write that as a decimal? Well, 1/10 is going to be decimal 1. Okay, so when I'm multiplying by 1/10, I'm going to make my number smaller. Okay, so here I'm going to think about taking my decimal and I'm going to move it over 1 to the left because it's making my number smaller because I'm multiplying by that fraction. Okay, so that my answer here would be at 8.609. Now that can be confusing because I just said that when we multiply, we move our decimal to the right. However, this is multiplying by a fraction, and so that's going to be changing how we do it. That means we're going to actually go to the left because, as you can read down here, multiplying by 1/10 is the same as dividing by 10, excuse me. So if we're dividing by 10, we're shifting that decimal to the left 1 place. Okay, and then again, multiplying by 10, so I'm going to take that decimal and I'm going to shift it 1 place over. So my answer is going to be 3942. And then you can put the decimal point in or you can just leave it out at this point.